What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing. Excuse me, I'm a bit fashionably late. And if you're wondering what I mean by fashionably late, man, BroadwayJoel.com. Go get yourself a Dominican boxing shirt, man. First of all, I just want to say, like, the response for the red shirt has been crazy. Like, I guess, listen, I got to listen to the fans. The red one is the one y'all want, the one y'all like. And I have three different colors. But my favorite is the navy, though. The navy is fire, man. Like, to me, the navy blue is the best one. That's not the majority of people's opinion. Majority of people's opinion is that the red one is. But I love the blue one, man. This goes perfect with a Yankee fitted. Perfect with a Yankee hat. And you know, most of my people's here, y'all from New York, so y'all be wearing Yankee hats anyways. I was gonna wear one, but yo, my barber went crazy, man. I got a fresh cut. I was like, hell no, I ain't putting no hat over this. Yo, Pantene, Head and Shoulders, any shampoo company, man. Get me while I'm cheap. Get me while I'm cheap now. I'll fuck around and take 150,000 now. The price gonna go up, man. That interview with Mauricio Sulaiman them bump me up. So get me now. 150 may sound like a lot, but I'm cheap now. Get me now. But we'll see. We'll see. So today, the live is going to be about my interview with Mauricio Sulaiman. I'm going to put the video up on the screen, and I'm going to be pausing through it, you know, and breaking down what was going on, what was I thinking, what do I think of his reaction, what I wish I would have said at that moment, what I didn't like that he say, what I agreed with, you know, and stuff like so on and so forth. So that's what the show is going to be about. And but yeah, I definitely wanted to let y'all know, man. Go to BroadwayJoel.com, man. Y'all can look as good as me, or maybe not as good, but close to it. You know what I'm saying? Close to it. You know. Hold on, let me put up the interview right now, and then that way we can watch it together. All right. So before I speak up on it, I just want to say I had only 30 minutes to interview him. They had told to get in this interview was a bit. I had to go through some hoops. I had to email somebody, then email them again, and then they wanted this, and then they wanted that, then they wanted. It was just a whole big thing that I had to do to to get this interview. But that's fine, right? I went through that. And I got the interview, but I was told it was only going to be a half hour. So a lot of times I wanted to follow up on questions, or maybe I wanted to ask a different question, or maybe I wanted to how do I say, like, respond to something, but I knew my time was short, so I had to kind of keep it, keep things moving along, But I still felt like I got a great interview, and the response was really well, which makes me happy. And yeah, so before I do that, let me pull it up right now. Hold on, let me and then that way we could just talk about it. Y'all could be active in the chat. You know, if y'all got an opinion or something I said or something I didn't say or what I should have said or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want you guys opinion on everything. Hold on 1 second. Boom. All right, let's go. This is going to be a fun one today. Screen share. Boom. All right. So we're going to listen to this together. And again, I'm going to be pausing through it. So let me just press play. I have Mr. Mauricio Sulaiman. Thank you so much for giving me your time, Mauricio.
No. My pleasure. Thank you. I'm very, very happy to be in your program.
All right. So, very happy for now. Very happy for now. So I want to start things off. So I saw that the WBC named Carlos Adames Fighter of the Month of June. I want to know, does that come with elevation? Does he get elevated now?
What do you mean elevation?
You know what I mean. Yeah, he's like, what do you mean by elevation? As I said there, you know what I mean.
And we have to be consistent. The WBC has been supportive of
If you be consistent, after 1 year, you're champion in recess if you have an injury.
Jermall Charlo. He was waiting to fight Canelo for a couple of years. Then he came from
What does that have to do with anything? That was like what, 2015, 2016. Maybe it wasn't that long ago, but it was definitely a long time ago. This is before even Carlos Adames was in middleweight. He was fighting at 54, if not 47 at that time.
interim champion to full champion. At the same time, we have been supporting Carlos Adames.
No, you haven't.
And he has performed, and he received the opportunity to become interim champion. Just defended that title. He's in a great position to land big fights. Okay. So right. We will support Adames. We will support Charlo during these difficult times he has had, as we have always done to our champions and the fighters. And we're not breaking any rules. We're not.
Yeah, you are breaking the rules, because if we go by your rules, if you're inactive for 1 year or more due to an injury, you are champion in recess. And for right now, supposedly he had an injury, like a physical injury, and then after that he had a mental illness, so that's injury. Okay, that's fine. But if we're going by the rules, we're going by staying consistent, he's supposed to be named champion in recess. But the WBC has a clause, is like, at their discretion, which is it leaves everything open-ended like that.
Not doing anything. I understand Adames, and I understand, but he's in good position. He just fought.
I agree. He's in good position. I think he'd be a better position if he had the full title, to be honest with you, because then he could unify. Right now, he's the interim champion. He can't unify.
He can unify.
No, he cannot. No, he cannot.
Yes, he can.
I spoke. Go ahead.
Triple G Golovkin unified, being interim champion with the IBF champion.
I felt like that was a moment where Mauricio in his head said, "Gotcha, bitch." Like you see that Dave Chappelle like little clip that people be putting out. Like, okay, yes, Golovkin did unify the interim champ. All right, one, he's the only one to ever do it, and two, are we gonna pretend that, like, listen, if you guys remember that era, you remember Triple G, all the favoritism he was getting, fighting bums on HBO, getting main events and all that, getting, so we just have to understand that in boxing, if you're a star, if you sell tickets, if you drive revenue, if you have a high gate, draw numbers on, like, Golovkin used to get 1 million views on HBO. On regular HBO, he used to get 1 million views. Then he fought pay-per-view twice. You know what I'm saying? So he was a big name. And we know big names get favorable favorable shit to happen to them. So comparing the two is a bit unfair, but he is right. He is right. I looked it up, and it's true. Golovkin did unify an interim belt, but we're not gonna. One, he's the only one ever, and two, he unified with the IBF. What if Adames wants to unify with the WBO, the WBA? What if that? Like, are they gonna accept that? We don't know. I don't remember that.
Well, go and research. If you're gonna be so, if you're
okay,
gonna
be so why?
No. Hold on. If you're gonna be aggressive and say things that you don't research, I'm gonna be aggressive too.
Was I aggressive? Was I aggressive? All I said was I think he would be in a better position if he was made full champion, because right now he can't unify. Okay, that part was wrong, but how is that being aggressive? If anything, it's him being aggressive. But as you'll see right now, he's about to get checked because he thinks he's taking control of this interview. If you're a real journalist, this is your interview and you take control of it, like how I did right here. Okay, and at no point did I stop you from being aggressive. Why hasn't Charlo been named champion in recess? Now, I've researched that, and under your rules, if you don't defend the title in 1 year, you get named champion in recess. And it's been 2. So can you explain that?
The WBC has full authority to take every single case and address it as we deem necessary. So we're handling and administering this case, and we will support Charlo and we will support Adames.
Well, see, the thing is that you can't support both at the same time. I can't say I'm going to support Adames and Charlo, because if you want to support Adames, you know what you do? You elevate him. If you want to support Charlo, you keep him the champion and keep Adames the interim champion. You cannot do both. You can't. Okay. Well, support Charlo and what's going on? Can you fill us in?
He has had an injury last year, and then he has had mental problems, mental wellness situation, and we're supporting him.
Okay. Okay, he has a mental problem. I don't understand how making him champion in recess is not supporting him, because you're not taking, all you're doing is taking the title away from him until he deals with his stuff, and when he comes back, he becomes a mandatory. So I don't understand why is whatever. Let's move on. And you got documentation on both those situations?
I don't need to provide any document.
See, he misunderstood. He thinks I'm asking him to provide document. I'm saying, did he receive documentation?
But we have it.
No, so no. He says we have it. Okay. No, I'm not asking you to provide it. I'm asking, was it provided to you specifically?
Absolutely, and I met with him.
Okay, so you got. By the way, people may be like, "Oh, he already answered your question. Why are you asking again?" See, when you're a journalist, you want to pinpoint down to where it's clean explanation to you. It has not been made clear what documentation was submitted. So this is me digging. Documentation that he has a mental issue from a psychologist. I want to know, does he have documentation from a psychologist saying he has a mental issue? And look at his reaction to a simple journalistic question.
What are you trying to reach? I don't like your style.
You say, yeah, you don't like my style because you never met a real journalist. A lot of people sent me messages. A lot of people tweeted at me. A lot of people DM me. Man, you got balls. This, that. No, y'all just scared. I don't know why y'all scared of this guy. He's a normal human just like me and you. Why y'all scared to ask him questions? Nothing of what I asked was crazy. You saying he hasn't been named champion in recess because he has a mental issue. All I'm asking you is, did you get documentation of this mental issue? That's all I asked. That's not an aggressive question.
What do you want to get from that?
Well, you saying he has a mental issue. I want to know, is there proof of this?
Yes, there is proof.
Yes, there's proof. What is the proof? That's what I'm asking. So there is documentation. So this is a tactic that people use, is try to create awkward silences. So you feel obligated, like, oh man, he's taking control of the situation. He's making it awkward for you. But you're not dealing with no regular content creator. You're dealing with a journalist here. So that's not going to work on me. There's documentation?
If you continue this, I'm going to end the interview.
If he would have ended the interview, I wouldn't give a flying fuck. You know why? Because that would say more about him than it did about me. Because I'm asking real questions. Nothing of what I asked was unfair. Nothing of what I asked is unjournalistic like. I'm not asking for nothing personal. I want you to pinpoint exactly what was the documentation. I asked you, did you get a documentation from a psychologist saying he had a mental issue? And you couldn't answer it. Continue what? I'm asking you a question, sir. All right, we'll move on.
You think you're an attorney? I don't know what you think you are.
He says, do I think I'm an attorney? What are you talking about, bro? You sat down for an interview. I'm going to ask you questions. This is an interview, sir.
I already said yes.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on. Is there a limit to how inactive he could be? Is there what if it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? There's no limit?
There's no limit. We're addressing it, and we are in full communication with both Adames and Charlo.
That is an absolute disgrace and a lie. First of all, how the fuck is that? Oh, there's no limit. So he can last 8 years with this mental issue and still be a champion? Like, does that make sense to you? And then the fact, I've been remaining in full communication with Charlo and Adames. I'm not going to speak for the Charlo camp. I don't know. I'm assuming that they stay in contact. I don't know about the Adames situation. He was saying Adames got my WhatsApp. At the end of the interview, we see him going, "Oh, you don't have my WhatsApp? Let me give it to you now." And if it wasn't for me, he would have said it on the air. Okay. So, all right, that's fine. All right. So, has there been any consideration of reducing Carlos Adames sanctioning fees or something like that? Some kind of accommodation, considering he's the one under the situation?
Why?
Yeah, so because you're not giving him the full respect of a full champion. That's why. Because he's
a ridiculous question.
No, your reaction is ridiculous. That's what it is. Your reaction is ridiculous.
Because he's making a lot of money being a WBC champion. This has nothing to do with sanctioning.
You don't think he would make more if he was the full champion?
This is a ridiculous question. And this is not of what I think or what you think. Answer. This is about facts, and we don't speculate.
Yeah, we're not going to
speculate. He has great benefits being a WBC interim champion.
So you don't think a hardcore boxing fan will more likely go to interim a full championship fight as opposed to an interim championship fight? That don't register in your head? All right. That's your perspective, and you're definitely entitled to that. All right, I want to ask about Tyson Fury now. So Tyson Fury, he's rumored that he's going to be fighting Francis Ngannou, the former UFC heavyweight champion. I'm going to skip this part because what the fans want to know is
whoever won has Wilder against Reese as a final elimination.
Bivol. So he is currently the WBA 175-pound champion. And the man who has the other 3 belts is Artur Beterbiev. But unfortunately, they are not able to unify to go undisputed due to the fact that the WBC won't sanction Bivol because he's Russian, even though Beterbiev is Russian. So I want to know, what's the distinction between these two guys that one Russian can have the WBC, but the other one can't?
Artur Beterbiev has been living in Canada 15 years. He has a Canadian residency, Canadian passport. His family and his kids are Canadian. His boxing license is Canadian.
Okay. He's still Russian, though, right? It don't matter where I live. I can move right now to Zimbabwe, and I would still be a Dominican New Yorker. I could change my passport. I could do whatever. I could marry a woman from Zimbabwe and have kids that are half Zimbabwe, but they're going to be half Dominican. I'm going to still be a Dominican New Yorker no matter where I go. So what does it matter where he has a license, where his wife is from, where he lives? He's still Russian.
That is the difference. And when we began the WBC position last year, when the invasion of Ukraine began, the WBC stipulated its position regarding this matter, and during the convention we reviewed it again, and it was operated to expelling every Russian and Belarusian from the ratings of the WBC, but at the same time giving opportunity to any single fighter who wanted to put their case forward to the WBC for analysis. They could do that, and we have done.
My question is, aren't you going down the slippery slope of where a person's from determines if they can fight for a title? Like, he's not the one invading the war. He's not putting out war propaganda on his social media. He's just a boxer that happens to be from a country that is at war. Whether you agree with the war or not, you don't know his position on the war. I think that's a bit unfair, Mauricio. I'll be honest with you. Everything I said there was facts. If I'm Dimitri Bivol, I'm suing the WBC. Because you're outwardly saying you're not gonna give me a title shot because of where I'm from and where I live. because the country I'm from is doing something you don't agree with? That makes no sense. Sorry, that makes no sense. As horrible as things may be, and I'll be honest, I don't know too much about it. I don't know. I'm not going to comment either way. But as horrible as things may that are maybe happening that are over there in Eastern Europe, if Bivol, from what I'm aware of, have not supported through social media or said this, every time he fights, he's fighting for Putin or nothing like that. He's just a boxer who happens to be from Russia. So I would sue, but that's just me.
You are entitled to your position. The WBC has been a leader throughout the years of human dignity. We have fought against discrimination. The WBC banned South Africa for 16 years for the horrors of apartheid. We stuck with Nelson Mandela for all that time, and it resulted in many other sports joining the banning of South Africa. We have done many things that are consistent with what we're doing in Russia. As long as there's no boxing in the Ukraine, we will not sanction any boxing from Russia. We donated a beautiful sports complex with an event we did in the Ukraine in 2018. Such complex has been destroyed.
Maybe that's what it is. We can't discount that, he says, and I'll take his word for it, which take that with a grain of salt, but I'll take his word for it. They built the complex out in the Ukraine and it got destroyed by this Russian invasion. Maybe they holding a grudge like, damn, man, we spent, I don't know, 300,000. I made that number up off the top of my head. I have no idea. We spent 300,000 to help out the people of Ukraine and develop boxing over there. But these people came and destroyed it. It's like, you know what? We're not going to mess with those people anymore. I'm not sure that's happening or that's the case, but I'm just an example of what could be the root of him not wanting to sanction Russian fighters.
So as many boxing gyms, 5 boxers have died from Russia, from the Ukraine in this war. And I know that Bivol and many fighters and trainers and promoters from Russia are victims.
So if you know your words, you know that they're victims, why further punish him by not allowing him to make more money in a unification match for your title if you know he's a victim
of this horrible situation? But this is a consistent, and this is the WBC position.
Okay. But I'm getting so you guys, depending on the country's politics, are able. Let me ask this: what does Bivol have to do? One second. Hold on. Let me rephrase my question correctly.
Can you please refer to the WBC, not as you guys?
This is him trying to take control of the interview. Again, a tactic he's trying to do because he's used to people being scared of him. So he's like, I'm gonna control the interview. And that's a power play that I was willing to give up. I was like, okay, if that's going to make you feel more comfortable, cool. I'll call it the WBC. I won't say you guys, even though I mistakenly call them you guys later in the interview. But my point is that he is so surprised that I'm treating him just like a normal interview. He's not used to this because the boxing media is soft, man. People look at me like I'm brave. I think it's y'all just soft. So since y'all just soft, he's used to these softball questions and, oh, Senor Sulaiman. You got these white dudes calling him Senor Sulaiman. I'm like, yo, he's just a normal guy who's doing a bad job, who's doing bad things that we don't agree with. So you go and you DM me and you text me that you don't like what he does, but when you see him, he's, oh, Senor Sulaiman. Nah, bro, not me. And I was never rude. I was never disrespectful. I never cursed at him. So people can't say, oh, yo, you was doing too much. Nah, I was not doing too much. But this is a power play he's trying to make on me. I assess the situation. It's if that's something you want to control, how you're referred to, sure. But that he wasn't really offended. This was just a way of him taking control of the interview, which, let's just say never happened.
We are an honorary
I
worldwide
don't know about
platform with
honorary. Okay.
170
So
countries.
what does Bivol have to present to the WBC for them to sanction him? What does he have to do?
He has to approach the WBC and make his case, and we will look into it.
But make his case what? What make his make it exactly? Make his case what? Make your cases, yo. You got caught beating somebody up, right? Yo, I need to know why you was beating that guy up. Yo, he spit at you. He hit you. He hit somebody in your family. He was trying to rob you. You ain't like the way he looks. Were you racist? Was he racist? What? That's then you go to the court and you go, hey, listen, the reason I was beating that guy up is because of this. What does Bivol have? Bivol hasn't done nothing but beat Canelo. That's the only thing he's done. Yo, does Bivol even talk? Bivol's a quiet dude, reserved dude who's a nasty fucking boxer who I have number 3 pound for pound. That's all Bivol is. Like, listen, all you saying is he can't fight for your title because he's from a country that's invading another country. So you're saying Correct. He has to present his case. Present what? Correct. What does he have to tell you guys? The WBC.
That's our problem. We review each case and we take it and we have done it with several fighters.
No. But what I'm saying, maybe he sees this interview and could be like, oh, that's what I have to do. You're just saying present his case, but present his case about what?
He knows what he has to do.
You spoken to him? You spoken to him and his team? So he knows that this is what Sulaiman says. Bivol knows what he has to do.
Indirectly.
You spoken to him indirectly? How do you know he sees your interviews? How do you know?
And I've said this in many.
Well, say it indirectly now, so we can understand my viewers.
I will not say it to you.
Yeah, you know why he won't say it to me? Because he's not an open book. How he tries to say later in the interview, how he tries to say, "No, I was completely open with you," and because he didn't say anything indirectly, he didn't. Because if he did, what does it cost him to say it here on my platform? You tell me. What does it cost him to just say it here? Okay. All right. I see what's going on here. All right. So regarding let's move on to a lower weight classes. The reason I changed the topic here because I saw I wasn't going nowhere with this guy. So regarding Devin Haney, how much time does he have to decide whether he's going to fight Hitori and Shakur? I know my or he's going to move up to 140. Is there a time limit? I know he just fought Lomachenko, and I know Shakur fought Yoshino to become the mandatory. What's the status with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson?
Friday, July 21st is the deadline for Haney to secure if he's fighting for Grace or he's going to stay in the lightweight division.
Yo, you know what's funny? This whole interview, right? I just asked that off the cuff, right? Like kind of off the top of my head. And that's the shit that went the most viral. That's the shit everybody was talking about yesterday. The Boxing Voice, their show was about this part of the interview, excuse me. And it was just like, oh, we're supporting, like everybody was like breaking news. He's either gonna have to fight Prograis or Shakur. Breaking news. I was like, damn, like, what about the Adames and the Bivol situation and the Tyson Fury? It was like, but everybody was more interested in this. So I found that interesting, it was such a small part of the interview that I didn't think it was going to blow up like that. But my phone just blew up because of this. Okay. So he has a voluntary option?
No, he has Shakur Stevenson is the mandatory in the lightweight division.
By the way, that's this Friday that he said. This Friday, Devin Haney has to make a decision whether he's fighting Shakur or he's fighting Prograis, so he's getting stripped. Okay. All right. And what's the status of the WBC in 147? We know they're fighting for undisputed. Is Thurman Ugas going to happen for the WBC interim? That's what I've been hearing, but I wanted to confirm from you.
No. The WBC approved Ugas against Barrios for the interim championship a few months ago. and that's going to be scheduled. The WBC did a long progressive effort to land Spence against Crawford. So we're very happy that fight is happening, and that's the steps that we have taken. There's many talent in the welterweight division, and many great fights will be coming.
Okay, all right. So there's a fan who sent the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, Isan. He says, "Greetings, both. Mauricio, what are your thoughts on Better BF supporting Kadyrov, head of Russian dictator? He fully supports Russia."
I'm not familiar with that. If
I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with that either. To be honest, that was just a $10 super chat. So I was just, he this guy sent $10, so I'm like, I'm gonna read it. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, you guys can do right now as well.
if could you text that name? I will look into it. But
I'll email it to you. I'll email you the name, and if he has any information on that. All right. Somebody, the same guy, is sending a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. It says Kovalev is Russian and is the WBC's #2 cruiserweight. Golovkin is Russian. Well, Golovkin's not Russian. So, all right, but Kovalev is, and he's ranked #2 in the cruiserweight division.
he's got wrong information. Look at the updated rankings, please.
Okay, all right. But by the way, right? So this dude made me read off some fake ranking system, whatever. Again, he threw money. So I read his comment. He threw some bread, but he's blocked on Twitter, man. And shit like this is why you stay blocked. You're making me look crazy asking a question that's incorrect. So you're not helping your case again. Unblocked, sending dumbass super chats. But that's neither here nor there. All right, Isan, don't come over here sending wrong information, Isan.
No, but anyway, Kovalev, we did the process. Kovalev has been living in California, I don't know, for 20 years or whatever. We did the same process when he applied. He was going to do a fight and then withdrew, and he's not longer ranked in the WBC.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just a bit concerned with that precedent of, if you're from a country that does something that, like, what if Bivol was currently the WBC champion and that happened? Like it's almost like a slippery slope. It's kind of like, because once you get involved in government and politics, that's what happens.
No, this is not government and politics.
It is government and politics. Who do you think invades countries? Politicians send their army, and the army's part of the government. Politicians work for the government. It is politics and government. Maybe you don't understand that, but that's what it is.
This is humanity. This is a consistent policy that we have held for 60 years. We do not invent this. And if we do not support war in 2022, 2023, to see a country invading, killing children, killing grandmothers, killing fighters, killing boxers, we do not support that. And many sports are consistent with this. The IOC yesterday declined Russia and Belarus from participating. So this is not something that I understand, and I feel I have many.
Yeah, the thing is with the IOC is the International Olympic Committee. Them not accepting Russian fighters. The thing about that is these guys are actually representing the countries. When these guys win, they win a medal for Russia. Oh yeah, I won this gold medal and this for Russia. I won this silver medal and this for Russia. I won this bronze medal is for Russia. When you are a professional fighter, to some degree, you represent the country because you're from there, and there may be people from the country that see you and have some pride that you're from there and they like you. But you're representing yourself. Like, you get what I'm saying? You're representing yourself because the money you make goes to you, not to the country. And you could say, oh, that's just another notch on their belt if they get another title or whatever. But it's like, that's only if you look at it that way. It's really just another notch on the Bivol's belt. That he beat another Russian to get the undisputed, which, again, I'm not going to beat that with a dead horse.
Russian friends. I have friends, dear friends from Russia.
That's like the racist guy that go, yo, listen, I got a lot of black friends, man. I got a lot of black friends. But
Boxers, trainers, promoters, a board of governor is from Russia. So this is not about me; it's about the voice of the whole world,
yeah, yeah,
and this is our stance. This is our country.
I understand. I understand that you want to support Ukraine and you want to denounce Russia. I just feel it's a bit unfair to the athletes. Are you saying this is for humanity who's killing kids and killing babies and all this stuff? But you got to understand, it's not the boxer. The boxer is just doing that. If America, listen, I live in America. If America does something, I would hate for a company to not give me an opportunity because I live in America. Even though whatever America did or didn't do, I may or may not support. You get what I'm
I
saying?
I respect your position, and if you don't respect mine, it's okay. I'll take it.
Yeah. There's something behind why they don't want to give Bivol that opportunity. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not just the war. It's something else involved. There's something. I don't know what. I can't put my finger. I have no evidence. It may be that thing I mentioned. Maybe because they feel a certain way because during the invasion, one of the complex they built got destroyed. Maybe they still holding a grudge, or maybe something else. But there's something there. Again, I don't have all the ins and out. All right. We'll move on. So somebody's asking, what's the situation with Vargas and Figueroa?
They will fight.
This is Ray Vargas and Brandon Figueroa, by the way.
Ray Vargas and Figueroa. We're waiting for the date and the site for this champion against interim champion.
And that'll be next.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And in regards to David Benavidez, he fought an eliminator and they for the interim belt, and then he fought a final eliminator with Caleb Plant. Canelo is now fighting Charlo, 154 pounder. When is that mandatory going to be enforced? Obviously, it won't be enforced next because Canelo already has a fight. But when was that in position for after this fight he's going to be in?
Benavidez defeated Plant in March of this year.
Yeah.
So his date for mandatory position is March 2024.
Yeah. That. See.
All right.
Let me address that. Hold on. So I'm not sure how that makes sense because hold on one second. I'm not sure how that makes sense because this is what we're gonna do. We really gonna break this shit down. And I wish I would have had this information before, but I'm working on live TV. You know what I'm saying? It's not always that easy. You see right here, he beat David Lemieux for that WBC interim. And that was May of 2022. So the fight in March was a defense of his belt. Why is the clock starting from when he defended his belt and didn't start from when he won it? See what I'm saying? Look, right here, 5/21/2022, WBC interim, right here. This is against David Lemieux. And then on 3/25/2023, he has a defense because it's available here. You know what I'm saying? It's like it seems a little bit strange. Something I wish I would have caught on while I was doing it, but again, live TV, you can't always, get everything the way you want it to. But Canelo has the option to take that earlier. That's
yeah. They can fight anytime.
All right. Okay. All right. So why was Lomachenko still ranked number 1 after losing to Devin Haney?
The ratings committee of the WBC is formed by members from all over the world. 24 members. They produce the monthly ratings after working the whole month, and they believe that Lomachenko deserved to be the number 1 contender of the division.
Okay. And how many people are in this that make these decisions?
24.
24. And these are people from all over the world?
Yep.
How many countries are represented in this committee? Do you know?
Every committee has the representation of 176 countries.
That wasn't the question I was asking. The question I was asking is, what is the, like, he said there's 24 people. Where are these 24 people from? Like, are 10 of them Mexican, 14 of them American, or, whatever. Just give me the breakdown. That's what I asked. But he's just saying, like, no. Well, he'll explain.
Because they represent their federation. But all these people are from all over the world, individuals.
Okay, so like this person has 15 countries that he represents. This person has 15, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, makes a case as to where things should be ranked, and then you go accordingly to who makes the best case. Am I correct?
No, what they do is they have a weekly communication with the results that happen during the month. Mm-hmm. And then they have a Zoom meeting that lasts around 6 hours on a Sunday, the last Sunday of the month.
Okay.
In which they review every single category, every single result, every single petition, and they go over and they do about 2 or 3 drafts, coming back and forth until they find the last official ratings of the month. And then they meet once a year at the WBC convention in person and have a full 3-day meeting to look at all the divisions, everything that has happened. And ratings is a criteria. There are different criterias that make up the rating of a fighter, which is record, which is activity, which is level of competition, the amateur or other sports previous to boxing, records and
okay.
Accomplishments. So it's a whole process that has to do with many different aspects and criteria.
By the way, right, he broke down to a T how the ranking system works. I may be mistaken, and maybe you guys can prove me wrong. That is the most detailed explanation he's ever given on any other platform, and I got it out of him this interview. That should let you know the type of journalistic integrity that's going on this side of the camera. But go ahead. All right. Circling back to Carlos Adames. Y'all know I was coming back to that. Come on. Y'all know I was coming back to that. So, is there something where he can do something like the same way you said Bivol could go and make his case? Is there something that Carlos could do and go to you and the WBC and present their case, his case, why he should be elevated and Charlo should be champion in recess? Because champion in recess is really you not stripping him. It's just you put him taking away the title, and when he comes back, he's the mandatory. Is there something where Carlos can go and present his case where you guys would take that into consideration?
Yeah. Every fighter has the right to and privilege to present a ratings criteria. I mean, a ratings appeal. They can present a position, and every single situation is reviewed and it's attended. Absolutely.
Okay, and he can only present this at a convention, or he can present this at any time.
Anytime.
So he has an email or something where he can email somebody or call or Zoom call and contact you guys.
I think he has my WhatsApp even.
He doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Right. Of course, you have to put everything in the correct process.
No, for sure. Would you like for me to call him? I'll call him. I'll get him on the line too.
You can go ahead, but I have 8 minutes left only. You can put him in the line now if you would like.
All right, let me see if he's available. No, let me because I didn't tell him I was going to be interviewed.
You should not put it in mute. You have to be open.
Y'all remember before when he was saying, hold on. Let me see if I can find that. Damn, I don't remember what. Let me see. Hold on, let me write down where I'm at right now. Because he's telling me I should be open and transparent and this and that. And I check him right there, but I just wanted to circle back real quick. Hold on. His team?
Indirectly. and I've said this in many.
Well, say it indirectly now, so we can understand my viewers.
I will not say it to you.
Okay, so you won't say it to me, right? Okay, that's fine, and that's fine. You have that right. You have that right. You know what I'm saying? It's not an interrogation.
Open.
No. The thing is, it's a private conversation. So
No. Why? You should put it open. I'm completely transparent and open.
No, you weren't. Because when I asked you to send the indirect comment, which you said you've done multiple times to Bivol, you told me no. So you haven't been transparent and open. No. I mean, I wasn't saying nothing bad. I was just explaining to him what was happening, because I told him I'm interviewing Mauricio Sulaiman. I'll tell you what I told him. I said I was interviewing Mauricio Sulaiman.
I don't need to know.
Oh, now you don't want to know. Now you don't want to know. Okay, all right.
I don't. Okay. But you would have more credibility if you put it open and see how things are. Now
you questioning my credentials. After you get off this, you do research on me. You see that I'm very credible. Bang bang! Don't ever come on my channel trying to check my credentials. Hold on. Let me throw this credential on. Matter of fact, let me throw the credential on. I'm gonna throw the credential on now. No, I have a college degree in journalism. Degree in journalism. A lot of these other motherfuckers are just content creators. I'm a journalist. I got a college degree to prove it. I wrote for newspapers, magazines. I'm just now getting back into it. That's why I'm cooking all that. Yeah, how you think I'm my name up like that in such short time I've been on this YouTube? God, man.
That's why I'm here in your program. I don't have anything against you.
Okay, I was just checking. I know you wasn't. I'm just saying. I'm just checking. I know the ethics of a journalist. I know the ethics. But yeah, I just sent them the link now. Hopefully he'll hop on as soon as possible, because I know you say you don't got much time left. Hold on. I would love for some clarification. Again, it was unexpected. So somebody, I don't know much about, but this is somebody saying, it says Benavidez has close ties to the president of Chechnya, who is a Putin supporter. They have had parades for Benavidez. Will the WBC look into that?
Well, same. If you can send me that. But I mean,
send it to you, you're not gonna.
I've spoken with Benavidez. I've spoken to his whole team. We did everything.
So you just gonna take his word? Yeah, man. I don't support that, but I ain't gonna say it in public. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do other things in public, but I'm gonna just tell you in private.
But I mean, that is politics. These two things you have said are politics. We are into. If someone wants to hurt Benavidez and they think he's wrong, we can look into that. Yes.
Okay. All right. Oshaki Foster versus Rocky Hernandez. Is that next?
That's next. It has been ordered for free negotiations. If there is no agreement, a purse bid will happen.
Hold on. I'm going to pause this because I see a comment that I want to address. I don't think you did Carlos any favors by calling him on the spot. Karma, you're right. You are right. I'll be honest with you. And I was going to get to that, but you beat me to it. And I actually agree with you. I'm not going to sit here and go crazy. I agree with you.
In about 25 days.
Okay, perfect. All right. Hopefully Carlos I hop on soon, because I definitely don't want to waste your time. But hold on 1 second. I'm trying to think. Who else? All right. There we go. I got Carlos here. Carlos, tiene la recepción mala.
La señal, no sé.
By the way, I'm gonna be translating for my non-Spanish speaking brothers. Sí.
¿Me escucha, Joel?
Sí, yo te escucho.
Perfecto.
Hola, campeón.
Saludos, ministro.
So, Mauricio says, "Hey, champion," and he goes, "Hey, like, I'm not sure how you translate."
Saludos. ¿Qué tal todo?
Basically, exchanging pleasantries.
¿Cómo está la familia?
How are you? How are your
Todo
family?
bien, gracias a Dios, llevándola.
He says, Carlos says everything's good. Carlos, yo le estaba preguntando. yo le estaba preguntando al señor Sulaiman que por qué no ponen a Charlo el campeón en receso y a ti no te elevan a campeón completo. I asked Carlos like that. I was telling Mauricio like why don't they make Charlo champion in recess and you full champion? Entonces, como estaba hablando de usted, tú sabes, quería entrarte en la conversación, a ver si usted le tiene una pregunta a Mauricio Sulaiman, cuál es el proceso, cómo te puede elevar y tú ser campeón completo. Por eso, since I was talking about you, I wanted to put you in the conversation so you can ask Mauricio yourself, what is the process of you moving up and getting promoted to full champion? Por eso fue que te traje la conversación.
Bueno,
that's why I brought you into the conversation.
yo no, déjame decirte, Joel, Mauricio, o sea, yo estoy en espera.
Let me tell you, Joel, Mauricio, I'm just here waiting.
Yo imagino que el presidente tiene la mejor decisión, al final va a tomar su decisión.
I know that at the end of the day, the president is going to make the decision. He's going to make the right decision.
Estoy esperando que surja, y cuando surja ahí, vamos a ser campeón.
I'm just waiting for it to happen, and once it happens,
indiscutiblemente de la división.
Yeah, we're just waiting for it happens, and then for them to make me undisputedly the WBC champion. Okay.
Así como lo platicamos en Acapulco, que me dio mucho gusto que estuvieras en nuestra convención. Estoy muy orgulloso.
We talked about this at our convention in Acapulco, and I'm very proud
de lo que representas,
of what you represent,
lo que has sido,
what you've
y
done,
lo que hemos platicado siempre.
And what we've always talked about.
Le decía a Joel que tú estás en una gran posición.
I told Joel that you're in a great position.
Acabas de defender tu título.
You just defended
Tienes,
your title.
Una gran oportunidad de muchas peleas.
You have a great opportunity with a bunch of fights.
Munguía no quiso pelear contigo.
Munguía didn't want to fight.
Ahí está abierta las peleas.
Fights are open for you.
Con Charlo, con Munguía, con Benavidez, con Canelo. Hay una gran variedad de posibilidades.
There's a great variety of possibilities.
Y lo que yo le explicaba es que el Consejo Mundial de Boxeo, como tú lo viste en Acapulco, es una familia.
And what I was explaining to Joel is that, as you saw in Acapulco, this is the WBC is like a family.
Y cuando alguien,
and Carlos goes, that is how it is.
Un campeón, un retador, un boxeador tiene un problema, ahí vamos a estar, sobre todo en las malas.
And when a fighter, a manager, anybody has a problem or a question, we're there for them.
Charlo primero tuvo una lesión en la mano y después ha tenido problemas importantes de salud mental. Y el consejo.
First, Charlo had a hand injury, and now he has a mental issue, a mental illness. Excuse me.
El Mundial de Boxeo va a estar con él.
The WBC is going to be with him.
Siempre, igual que vamos a estar contigo.
The same way we'll be with you.
Vamos a ver caso por caso.
And we're going to look at everything case by case.
Y que se haga justicia siempre.
And that for there to always be justice.
Tú acabas de defender con Williams una.
You just defended your title with Williams.
Una gran pelea, te felicito.
In a great fight, congratulations.
Nosotros aprobamos esa pelea como una defensa.
We approved that fight as a defense.
Williams no estaba clasificado.
Williams wasn't ranked.
Se hizo una revisión con.
We did a revision
con el comité y se aceptó.
The committee.
Entonces,
and we accepted.
Nosotros estamos muy tranquilos con la situación porque sabemos que tú vas a.
Yeah, and we're very calm with the situation because we know you are
tener tus oportunidades
going to have your
y estás
opportunity,
activo y siempre vamos a estar apoyando.
And we're always going to support you. Una pregunta.
Si tú tienes alguna preocupación, alguna cosa que quieras poner hacia el WBC, alguna petición, lo puedes hacer.
If you have any worries or concern and you want to make a petition,
y se revisa el caso con,
you can make
con toda
it and we'll look through it
absoluta transparencia.
with a bunch
of
perfecto.
Muchísimas gracias,
Carlos says thank you very much
por la información.
For the information.
Yo siempre he estado en espera. Yo sé que hay mucha oportunidad y que viene mucho
I've always been waiting, and I know that there's a lot of opportunities.
oportunidad.
Carlos, te quería hacer una pregunta. ¿Te molesta que te digan campeón interino y no campeón completo? ¿Eso es algo que te molesta? So this is a question I asked Carlos Adames in this video. I asked him, does it bother you that you're called interim champion? Now, before I play his response, I want to play a response where I asked him the same question in a previous interview to see, I just want to show you guys why I chose to ask him that question in front of Sulaiman. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Hold on one second. Just bring this back. Boom. All right. Él es solo interino, el campeón mundial es Charlo. ¿Eso te ofende a ti cuando la gente te hablan así?
Realmente sí. ¿Por qué? Porque yo no soy campeón interino.
So I asked him the same question. Does it bother you when you get called interim champion, not real champ, and not the full champ? He goes, honestly, yes.
Soy campeón mundial, o sea.
Because I'm the world champion.
No interino, no.
Not the interim champ.
Porque Charlo no es campeón.
Because Charlo's not the champion.
Y yo quiero, lo que dicen Carlos Adames no es campeón. Yo quiero que ellos me expliquen cómo es que el campeón no quiere enfrentar al que no es campeón, el que es mandatorio, supuestamente ellos.
So I want you to, for the people who say Carlos Adames is not the champion, I want you to explain to me how Charlo is the champion when he doesn't want to fight me. He doesn't want to fight his mandatory. So that's why I put him on, so he could tell me that same thing in front of Mauricio Sulaiman. That was my my line of thinking. Now, part of it, right? So a lot of people be like, damn, you put him in a bad position. Well, no, a lot of people were upset at his response, but I take the responsibility of putting him in a bad position, calling him last minute, throwing him on the phone with the president. Now, like I said before, I don't know why people are scared of Sulaiman. I don't know. This guy got his job because of his father. Like, why are people scared of him? Like, I ain't learned nothing from Dame Dash. Dame Dash was telling you, yo, these people, yo, and he was running up on dudes and doing his thing. So I'm learning from him. So I'm like, okay, who is this dude? This dude, how he get that position? Oh, his father had the company, he just inherited it, and you guys are scared of this dude? Like me, I'm in my position because of me. I bought this camera. I bought this mic. I bought this light. I bought this laptop. I paid for my StreamYard. This is my company that I built up. Now, I'm an open book. My father did help me a little bit. Not purchasing nothing, not nothing. The only two things that my dad helped me out with. He helped me out get a Michelle Rivera interview, and he helped me out get an Edwin de los Santos interview, right? Okay. Elvis was me. Puello was me. Oh no, and he helped me get Adames too. Elvis, Puello, Hector, Eddie, all these guys, all me. So my dad helped me get 3 interviews. Now, you guys see my work ethic. You guys seen how busy I am, how I'm the voice of Dominican boxing. You think had my dad not gotten me those 3 interviews, it would have been impossible for me to get? I'm just saying, and y'all can write in the chat, if y'all think that I was not going to be able to get a Michelle Rivera, Carlos Adames, and Edwin de los Santos interview after putting in all the work I've put in, then okay, just write that in the chat, bro. The only reason you got those interviews is because of your father, right? Just write that, and I won't even kick you out the chat. I'll let you rock, right? But you can't say that because I'm the voice. I would have got them anyways. So now let me ask you this. Now that I asked you that question about myself, I got to put myself in the front street. I got to be honest with myself. Now let's be honest about Sulaiman. All right. Do you think if his father wasn't Jose Sulaiman, he would be in the position he's in? Oh. Y'all ain't want to go there? Y'all want to go there? Oh, now, all right. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure we calling it how we calling it. He's in position because of his father. Why y'all fear him? Why y'all scared to ask him real questions? Am I the only man who's in in journalism, in boxing journalism? Am I the only real man? Because again, I kept my professionalism the whole time in the interview. At that one point that I scream at him, yell at him, curse at him, call him stupid or a name or anything. I kept my professionalism. Just ask real questions. When he got testy, I got testy. And that's how we kept the conversation. We kept it cordial because I'm a man. And when you're a man, you command respect. You don't ask for it. You know, you just meet somebody and when you come across as a man, that's another man on the other side of the camera or another man looking at you in your face. There is no conversation that needs to be had. You're going to respect them and that's it. There is no or but. No, you're going to respect him when he's a real man. And a lot of these dudes ain't real men. Oh my God, I can't believe you asked those questions. What questions did I ask that were crazy? But I digress. Let's go back to the interview because I showed y'all the part where Adames said it did bother him that he's called the interim champion. And now I want you to hear his response when I got Mauricio in front of him.
No me molesta, realmente no me molesta.
Honestly, it doesn't bother me.
Realmente no me molesta.
Look at Sulaiman's face. He's like, aha, Joel, you thought you got me. Ha ha. But I forgive Carlos. I put Carlos in a bad position. You know why? One, it was kind of last minute. And two, you got to remember, these guys fear this guy for whatever reason. I don't know. And it's not just him. I don't want to make it seem like, damn, Adames is scared. He's this, he's that. It's everybody. It's the journalists, the fighters, it's everybody. I'm like, yo, he's just a regular guy. So that's why I'm not that mad at Carlos. Although in the moment and after the interview, I was furious. For like the first hour after the interview, I was furious at Carlos. And then I calmed down. And I was like, all right, never mind. I ended up thinking like, bro, you just called him last minute and threw him on with the president, which I didn't realize was such an intimidating figure for these guys. So that's why I'm like, yo, just talk to this dude. Yo, bro, you fight for a living. Like, go in there and talk with this dude. And but I gotta realize that not everybody is not afraid of Sulaiman. But yeah, you know, I'm putting it back on.
Yo sé cuál es mi posición.
I know what my position is.
¿Entiendes? Y al final los fanáticos tienen la decisión, cualquier decisión que ellos quieran creer. O sea, yo.
And the fans at the end of the day have whatever, they have their decisions as to what they want to think.
Yo sé cuál es mi posición.
I know what my position is.
Realmente no me molesta que me digan campeón.
Honestly, it doesn't bother me whether they call me
regular,
regular champ.
No.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Usted es campeón mundial del WBC del verde y oro.
You're the WBC champion of the gold and green.
Y eres el orgullo y el representante.
And you're our pride and our representative.
Un gran orgullo.
I have great pride in you.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you so much. Okay. No, pues está bien, Carlos. Muchas gracias por yo sé que fue a último minuto, pero muchas gracias por entrar. Quería darte la oportunidad de hablar directo. So I just told him thank you so much for coming on. I know it was last minute, but you know, I wanted to give you the opportunity to ask him anything, you know, that with his clarification. Directo con el presidente, cualquier cosa, si usted tenía una pregunta. I pretty much said no estaba seguro que tú tenías. You're not sure anything. You wanted to ask him a question completo. You know, le hiciera la pregunta directamente. Por eso fue que te entré. Pero muchas gracias por tu tiempo.
Okay. Mira, quería preguntarle, señor presidente, que sí.
I wanted to ask Mr. President, señor presidente.
Posibilidad de cambiar mi cinto, mi correa.
If there's a way he could change his belt.
Porque no sé, como que se ha puesto como poquito fea.
He said that his belt is getting ugly. They must have gave him the interim may not be as shiny as the real belt. He said that his belt got a little like ugly.
Ah, la placa, sí,
La
claro.
placa.
Yeah, he said that the gold part is getting ugly.
Normalmente se les da algo para darle mantenimiento.
Whatever. That's pretty much it. But I wanted to translate that last part where he's saying what was it? That his boat was not like looking all fresh and shit. I wanted to translate that part. I found that part funny. What? No, see, this is somebody who they don't know what a journalist's job is. They don't know what a Joel. My name ain't Joe. You closing doors to yourself asking those questions. No, I'm opening them. I gained over 100 subscribers off this. So listen, my loyalty isn't to the WBC and Mauricio Sulaiman. My loyalty is to you, brother. Why are you worried about what doors I'm opening or closing? I'm the voice of Dominican boxing, bro. As long as I could get Elvis Rodriguez and Erickson Garcia, and Hector Luis Garcia, and Carlos Adames, and Michelle Rivera, and Alberto Puello, and Eric Mini Pac-Man Rosa, and Edwin De Los Santos, as long as I could get those on, I'm good. I'm good. And not only that, at the end of the interview, Mauricio Sulaiman said he'll come on anytime. Get what I'm saying? Like, yo, yeah, it's crazy. This is a fan, and he's scared of Mauricio Sulaiman. Yo, you're closing doors. Nah, bro. Nah. If you don't want to do a real interview with me, then don't do an interview with me. Because I'm gonna ask my questions the way I asked them. I asked again, no cursing at him, no yelling at him, no personal questions. No, like, oh, how's your wife? Or this, none of that. I ain't asked nothing about his personal life. I ain't call him not one name. What are you talking about? I'm closing doors. Tough questions is what a journalist does. See, that's the difference between a journalist and a content creator. You know what a journalist does? Ask the tough questions. Because anybody can ask a question. How about when Michelle Rivera at the weigh-in tells you he loves you because you traveled all the way from New York to Las Vegas just to see him. And he tells you, man, he gave you a big fucking tight hug. And he tells you, man, what you doing for Dominican boxing? You don't know how much we appreciate you, man. You hold a special place in our heart. You're the only one repping for me. And then he goes and he fucking gets destroyed by Frank Martin. And then I got to go to the fucking hotel room after he's there. I'm not even going to say what was happening, but he wasn't feeling well. And then I got to fucking go, yo, give me an interview. And he says yes, and I asked every tough question. I left that hotel room sick to my stomach how tough those questions were to ask. Because that's what a journalist does. Y'all wouldn't have, y'all couldn't trade shoes with me. Y'all couldn't. Because some of y'all not real men. Some of y'all are not real men. Some of y'all scared of what another person could do to you. A real man doesn't worry about it. He acts and conducts himself as a professional, and he'll take the consequences. And if my consequence is for him to not come back on, then fuck it. Because I know I did my job in a professional, respectful manner. Now, did it get testy? Yeah, but if you're a journalist, some interviews are going to get testy. Yeah, man. If you what would you have rather me asked him? Softball questions? Hey, man, you guys have the best looking belt out of all four of them. You know that? You know, how do I get one of those belts? Like, I seen the guys have the bracelet that's a WBC bracelet. Can I get one? Like that? That's how you want me to be? Or the interview that went viral, I took over Twitter for fucking 2 days. And I gained over 100 subscribers. That's the interview you want. Which one? You can't, you gotta pick your poison. You gotta pick your poison. You want a real interview with a real man in here, or you just want to kiss ass? Fuck out of here with that shit. Get that soft shit out my chat, man. Get that soft shit out my chat. I want real fucking men to watch this channel. Y'all gonna grow up with me. Shout out to Michael Blunt. Shout out to Michael Blunt, little bro. hitting me up, learning from me. Because he knows a real man when he sees one. Know what I'm saying? Giving up game. When I give him advice when he does something fucked up, he takes it. He goes, you know what? You were right. I was fucking up. Yo, I'm trying to lose weight. Yo, what I do? Yo, I'm doing this. Yo, what I do? And I give him game. Because he sees a real man here. Shout out to Chris Martinez, man. The public is going to support you for standing on truth. Keep it going, Joel. Absolutely, man. See? I bet you Luis Rodriguez won't send $10. He'll just tell me how I'm closing doors. Chris Martinez, a real one. A real one. But anyways, you know what? I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to come chop it up with Big Broadway for like about 10, 15 minutes. Give your opinion on the interview, whether you agree or disagree. And you know what I'm saying? Just click that link and whatever. Even if you disagree, we can have a conversation. Respect to you. I enjoyed the interview. Best boxing interview I have seen in a long time. Boxing journalists should take note. Yo, by the way, nobody does an interview like me. I'm number one at the interviews, bro. I'm number one. Nobody does an interview. In boxing, I'm the number one guy. If Al Heyman comes out and says, yo, I want to give my interview for my life story, but I'm only giving it to one guy, you guys pick. If you guys are unbiased and are aware of me, you guys picking me. There is no second thought. There is no second option. I'm the number one guy when it comes to interviews. Nobody does better interviews than me. By the way, I got my Jim Lampley interview rolling out. Know what I'm saying? Interviews that nobody else got. Gave me 2 hours speaking about his life from point A to point Z. Know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. And I own that footage. So when you, in 20 years, when they want to write a documentary about Jim Lampley, when they want to write a book on Jim Lampley, when they want to know who Jim Lampley was, they're going to have to come to my page. It's mandatory. There is no other page I'm going to get an interview like that. Because I wasn't afraid to ask tough questions. I wasn't afraid of the hard work of doing deep research. And I'm going to inspire a lot of people to be journalists. Because people are going to see like, damn, that dude's a real one. I don't know if I could do it, but I want to try just because he inspired me. I guarantee you this gonna in 10, 20 years, I'm gonna run into some people. Yo, I'm a journalist. Oh, nice to meet you. Yo, you inspired me, bro. Oh, word? Yo, those interviews, you asking them hard questions. Like I remember when I interviewed Michelle Rivera after he tested positive, I was asking him so much questions about it. He was like, yo, bro, can we just change the topic? And I was like, nah, man, people want to know about it. So as much as y'all want to say, oh, he Dominican boxing, this, that, I still ask a tough question. I'm still going to get my questions off. I'm still going to ask, I'm still going to ask the questions the fans want to know. Know what I'm saying? So I hope my work is being respected. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing, man, and appreciating this and see the vision. The vision is like this page, like Broadway Joel, like I'm going places, man. I'm going further than you guys can fucking imagine. So expand your imagination on me, because trust me, when I tell you I'm taking this far and I'm taking this serious, man, I wish I could just, I could feel the passion in my heart when I have to this boxing journalism game, man. I wish I could just feel the passion and understand I'm dedicated to this, man. I'm dedicated to this. And I'm going to do what's best for me, what's best for my family, and what's best for the sport. What's best for the sport. Not just Dominican boxing. Because, again, you see my interview with Michelle Rivera. You see me asking him about all the PEDs and, oh, how did that get in your system? And he said it was his trainer. And then, oh, what about the suspension? Where you had, what did you think when you heard 6? I asked him all of that. And that's all there. It's all there. So you guys, if you guys didn't see the interview, go do your research. Go, oh, did he do it? Like, I don't believe him. Boom. You're going to find the videos, me asking him about it. You're gonna find the videos with me asking Elvis Rodriguez about his Kenneth Sims loss. You're gonna find the videos of me asking Kenny Porter why he stopped the fight with his son and Terrence Crawford. That I ain't like that stoppage, and I even told him he owes me my money back for the pay-per-view. I even told him that in the interview. You get what I'm saying? At some point, you have to stand your ground. You have to stand for something. Oh, I ain't even realized I still had the credential on. Yeah, man. There you go. Your fans motivated and oriented. Rather than collecting people like Mauricio being a kiss ass, you're asking real questions rather than phony stuff we don't hear. Yeah, man. Real shit. Real shit, man. I'm gonna throw the link up again because I don't know if you know, so many people commenting, you guys fell off. But yeah, nah, I'm not gonna be on here too long. But I definitely want, in case anybody had a problem with what I said or wanted to get something off their chest, or even just wanted to, you know, give me a congratulations or whatever you want to do. Again, you don't have to agree with me to click that link. Click the link. We could have a little conversation. I'm gonna leave it up there for 5 minutes. How about that? And if in 5 minutes nobody hops on, I'll just end it. But yeah, man, don't click that link. Don't worry about it. I'm just passionate right now because my life changed, bro. My life changed mentally. I ain't realize, like, it took me a while to process why this was such a good interview. It took me a while. It took me a few hours. I'm like, why was it so good? It's because of the courage. It's because of the schooling too. Like, yo, I had a professor named David Alm. Shout out to David Alm. He probably won't see this video, but maybe I'll clip this and tag him on Twitter or something. Yo, this guy was tough on us, man. I remember one guy was late on a report and he ripped him a new one in front of everybody. He was saying how, oh, you work for a newspaper, you got to be like this and that and blah, 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 blah. And he was tough on us. And he really, really taught us the ethics of being a journalist and really, really prepared me for this moment right now. So right now I'm having a reflective moment of those situations. Also, shout out to Professor Bernard Stein, who was the first professor to make me feel like a real journalist, make me feel like I was doing my job, make me feel accomplished. He was the first man to do that. And he put me up on a lot of games. Shout out to Bernard Stein, man. Good man. Good man. Good. These are two good college professors that I took a lot away from. Know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of rambling, but it's the truth, man. It's just, I'm having a lot of good energy. Hold on, I got somebody here. Vincent Tay. Never seen you before, but what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, brother? My name's not Vincent Tay, but that's just my YouTube troll name.
I hope you're not trolling me.
No, man. I just want to give you credit. You know what I think is funny? You know how you went viral with the like a lot of these pages has published your information that they got from your video. They didn't give you no credit, but they only published that the Shakur situation and the Canelo situation, but they didn't publish the Carlos Adames and Charlo situation that you made. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's, you know, it's funny, especially these.
Nah. Some of those guys asked for permission. There's a few guys that haven't, but some of those guys hit me up and asked me for permission.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, man. I just think it's funny. Like most of these like black media supporting channels, they say they're about the truth and stuff, and you know. But credit to you, man. Keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. All right. Have a good one, bro. All right. All right. Hold on, Luis Rodriguez. Hold on. He said, you got mad at me after I've been supporting your channel, bought t-shirt, and I'm coming from Miami to watch Erison fight because you guys motivated me to go. All right. That's cool, man. I just the reason I got mad at you, and you just got caught in the crossfire because I was on a tangent and then you said something that pissed me off. Reason I got mad at you is you was like, yo, I'm closing doors. But my point is, man, you gotta have fearlessness. You gotta have some type of tenacity in this business. So when you saying like that, you throwing negative energy, and that threw me off. But if you going to Miami, I mean, if you going to Everson fight, pull up on me and say what's up. Give me a dap. Wear your Dominican boxing shirt. I have the nobody here. We're good. You going to train?
Yeah. I was waiting to get out the tunnel so I could join. You said 5 more minutes. I'm like, I hope I get out the tunnel in time.
Well, what stop is that? What stop is that?
I'm on Queensboro Plaza. On the 7th
Okay,
Street.
you in Queens. What's good?
It was good, bro. Yo, bro, I fuck with your content, man. Like, yo, you're doing great shit. Yo, I watch a lot of your interviews, man, just to be learning shit. I even watched a lot of your solo interviews, like the ones you did with the one you did with the Boxing Boys and the one in Miami with the 2 people.
Yeah,
I can't remember their names.
And still podcast.
Yeah. Yo, bro, I fuck with your shit, bro. Like, and like, you know how to hold your own when it comes to like a debate. I remember they were trying to test you. They was like, the dude was like, I know more boxing than you, and then you was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. I had to cook my man Andrew. He was talking some bullshit. I had to cook him.
Nah, but yo, bro, the interview with that was a fire interview, bro. What I loved the most about it was that you low-key, you exposed how crooked these organizations was. Like, my favorite, the part, and I don't know, I jumped in kind of late, but the one part you're not even talking about that you exposed crazy was the Russian part. Like, I felt that was the most fucked up, the biggest thing you exposed. That was the most fucked up thing they could do, like, because this person's Russian. You said it best. Like, what does that got to do with me? Like, I don't agree with the same thing you said. Like, if I'm from America and America do some shit, what that got to do with me? And how do you know I even have the same views? So the point that people could just blackball people because of where they're from, that is huge.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope. That's a bad precedent.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't spoken about that, but that
I did.
For
I
me,
spoke about it.
Okay. For me, that was the biggest thing because we've always talked about in boxing about how you know, like the hometown differential. Like, if you fight in Kansas City and the fighters from Kansas City, they're gonna give it. Like, it makes no sense. Like, it should always just go to whoever won the fight. Like, exactly. It's like being a fucking I root for the Miami Heat. Oh man, we're playing in Miami. The refs might be more in favor for the Heat because that shit is stupid. Like, bro, do the job the right way. So when he admitted it out of his own mouth, I think he fucked himself over. Like,
facts.
For him to say, yeah, well, he's Russian, you know, because we're not going to give him this opportunity.
It's wild. It was definitely wild. I gotta let you go. I got one more call and then I gotta dip. So
I want to say one more. I want to say one more thing though.
Yeah.
All right. The only thing I'm gonna say, the only part that I think that you did kind of mess up, like I just think you did put Carlos Adames in a fucked up position. Only because
I agree with that.
Only because and I agree with you. I am disappointed that he said that, and I know I've heard it many times. I heard you tell him, like, even him say, "Yo, I am the real champ." I think even on the Sunday show when you had everyone there, I think he said it there too. He was like, "Yeah, I am the real champ." But the thing is, it's like at work, right? Everybody hates their boss. Everybody at work is like, "Yo, fuck the boss. We don't get paid shit." Yo, you know what I'm saying? But now you're in front of the boss, in front of the supervisor. Everyone's not gonna have that same energy.
I agree with you. I put him in a bad spot. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of so. Like, you did kind of something good because, like, you pulled like you kind of like was trying to check this dude. Like, you want to see that you want some bullshit? I'm gonna call the dude right now, and it showed that, like, yeah, I am credible because this is my guy. I'm gonna pull him up right now. He gonna tell you, and then it kind of backfired on you. But I think the only reason backfired this is his boss.
Nah, I get it. Like, it's I ain't realize people scared of this dude like that. That's what it was. Like, I'm not scared of that dude. I'm not intimidated.
Yeah,
I'm not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think the only reason why Carlos did that is because this is his boss at the end of the day. Like, this is the dude that. What if?
No, but bro, he could have just said, yo, what is the process of me being elevated? That's it.
Yeah.
You could have just said that. That's not disrespecting him.
Yeah.
But whatever. I still should have never brought him on. I actually agree with you. I should have never brought him on. But yo, nobody, I'm gonna have to let you go, my brother.
I appreciate you, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. Fuck
Nah, I
with you, bro.
appreciate you, my man. Yo, go to BroadwayJoel.com, buy a Dominican box.
I'm gonna do that soon, bro. I'm gonna do that soon. I'm definitely gonna get the blue one.
Yeah, do that now. Why soon?
I'm gonna do that. I'm going
Do
on
it
vacation
now.
next week. I'm going on vacation like this. I just been.
Yeah, exactly. Go fresh.
Trust
Go
me.
fresh.
I'm going to DR actually too next week.
Exactly. You out there repping. You out there repping.
I'm definitely getting one. I'm getting the same one, the blue one.
Yeah, right. The blue one is fire, right?
Yeah. That's the main one I wanted. Even when you had the other ones, I was gonna buy it, but you didn't have the sizes yet. But I'm like,
everybody likes the red, but I'm like, yo, the navy is crazy.
Nah, the navy blue is fire.
Is crazy.
The navy blue is fire.
Yo, but I'm gonna holler at you, bro. I'm gonna holler.
Yo, appreciate you, bro.
Right,
do your thing, man.
All right, man. All right, Luis, what's up, my brother? Dime a ver. What's up?
¿Qué lo que?
¿Qué lo que? Yo, tú tienes servicio mal. You got bad service, my brother. I don't know. I gotta go soon, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of time to get readjusted and, you know. I don't know, because this is the guy, you know, I was kind of going at in the chat, so I wanted to give him a chance to, you know, chop it up with me. Damn, what's up with your internet, bro? Yo, figure that out. While we wait, make sure y'all go to BroadwayJoel.com and buy a shirt, man. Yo, by the way, the quality of the shirt is crazy good. Like, when y'all buy the shirt, I'm not even gonna say if. When y'all buy the shirt, just know this quality is as good as Nike. This quality is as good as Adidas. Listen, try me. Buy one and then let me know. Tweet me, DM me. Tell me that you don't like the quality. Just buy one, and if you don't like the quality, DM me, and I'll post it. I'll post that you were an upset customer. Hold on. I got Luis coming back. Luis, dime a ver, ¿qué es lo que?
Oye, yo dije eso porque, un ejemplo, nosotros los fanáticos queremos oír eso que tú preguntaste, ¿entiendes? Pero nadie tiene la bola para decírselo de frente y preguntar esa pregunta, porque todo el mundo lo que quiere es quedar bien para que le sigan dando entrevistas, ¿tú entiendes?
Sí, pero tú tienes que entender que hay que ver hombre en esta profesión. Y si yo voy a ser el único, entonces yo voy a ser el único. Yo no me puedo, doblar. Yo no me puedo doblar porque, ay no, que todos le tienen miedo. Si todo el mundo le tiene miedo, yo voy a ser el único que no le tengo miedo.
Claro, no. O sea, yo quiero oír esa pregunta que tú le preguntaste, ¿entiendes?
Sí.
Pero nadie más se la va a preguntar porque todo el mundo quiere quedar bien con él, ¿entiendes? Eso fue lo que yo quise decir.
No, ok, no, yo entendí mal. Yo pensé que tú estás diciendo como que no haga esa pregunta. Eso fue lo que yo entendí.
Tiene que hacerla.
Exacto, ok.
Aunque moleste, pero tiene que hacerla.
Excúsame, pero tú entiendes que yo soy un hombre apasionado. A mí me encanta esto. Entonces, alguien diciéndome a mí, no, que cógelo con calma, que fue lo que entendí. Como que me frustró a mí, por eso fue. ¿Tú entendiendo lo que quiero decir?
Sí, yo entiendo lo que tú dices,
¿Tú vas a ir a la pelea de Edison?
Claro, pero mira, yo tengo puesto, mira.
Michelle Rivera. Oye, pero tú vas
yo
solo.
Llego para Nueva York.
Yo
llego para Nueva York el 2 y de ahí me voy con mis amigos para allá. Con 2 panes y con mi novia.
Pues tú vas con 3 gente a la pelea.
Sí.
No, ¿en qué sesión te estás sentando? ¿Tú sabes?
No, déjame preguntar. El pana mío fue a comprar los tickets y no sé cuáles son.
Ok. No, pero tú tienes Instagram o Twitter.
Sí, yo tengo Instagram.
Tú me tiras y lo juntamos, loco.
Tato, yo te voy a tirar entonces ahí nos juntamos.
Sí. Y vale. Ven con la camisa Dominican Boxing.
Claro, con esa lluvia puesta.
Exacto, Tato, mi hermano.
Claro.
Oye, escúchame que tú sabes que fue que te entendí mal la pregunta.
Padre, esto frío.
Tato, mi hermano. Ok.
Vale.
All right, guys. That's my live for today. Again, go to BroadwayJoel.com and buy a shirt, man. I'm telling y'all. For whatever I mean, most of y'all gonna buy the red because that's the color that pop. Just saying, I ain't gonna lie, man. This navy blue is type fire, man. But yo, I'm gonna holler at you guys. Until next time, peace.